time.
Exactly. So sort of on that same vein of like, okay, IBM also made some news. Honestly, I'm almost surprised it made news given this, but made news because they like their counterparts at Apple and Google and Microsoft have now pledged to make a very large investment in technology in the US. This time to the tune of about 150 billion. And much like all of the other announcements, really not much of an announcement at all because at least as far as I understand it, this was all spending they were pretty much were going to do anyway. It wasn't really shifting anything into the US. It's become like the game du jour to make this big announcement to make it sound like you're, you know, uh, capitulating to the Trump administration and bringing investment and jobs back. But in fact, it's just the exact thing that they were really going to do all along. So I don't know. I don't want to be jaded about it, but did you take anything else from this announcement other than Me Too?
I honestly, I my only hope here is that some of those people in Poughkeepsie and upstate New York, where IBM is doing this work, get to keep their jobs. Like, and good for them if they get to do so because IBM is bullied into keeping these plants staffed and open and spending money. So I'm all about people doing good work. Other than that, yeah, it's hard for me to imagine IBM not spending, call it 30 billion a year on a combination of R&D and manufacturing and quantum and mainframe updates. And they're actually doing their own generative models, and I'm sure that costs money as well. There's all sorts of things they are spending money on that would totally lead to 30 billion, since I think IBM makes something like 100 billion a year. Like 30 billion is just part of their operating cost.
Well, and the reality is, I mean, IBM has always spent a lot of money and had a huge chunk of their resources in the U.S. because they do so much government work, and the government work often demands and requires it, and it just makes sense. So again,
Yeah.
I didn't take this as any big surprise. I'm not saying it's bad. I think it's great, but I just to me, this is one of those like, hey, us too. We're investing here
Yes.
too, and it's just like okay. And I get what I would be doing the same thing if I was working over there, but it was just like okay, there we go.